The FBI, headline.
Thank you.
FBI didn't deploy undercover agents on January 6th. Watchdog report finds undercutting conspiracy theories. That's the headline in Politico.
The Inspector General.
Oh, that doesn't match with what you heard today?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, well, let me try to explain to you why that is. This is Politico's headline tonight. A Justice Department watchdog found no evidence that the FBI deployed undercover agents to the Capitol or nearby protests on January 6th, further undercutting debunked conspiracy theories about the riot being instigated by law enforcement. The long-awaited report from Inspector General Michael Horowitz also found no evidence, no,
not even a smidge,
that the Bureau authorized or encouraged any illegal behavior by members of the mob who stormed the Capitol that day in an effort to disrupt Congress's certification of Joe Biden's 2020 victory. The report throws cold water on theories that have become gospel among some segments of Donald Trump supporters who have accused the FBI of fomenting violence on January 6th in order to entrap Trump supporters. Horowitz also found that amongst the tens of thousands of Trump supporters who flooded Washington that day, 26 were people who had served as informants for the FBI. Those informants, known as confidential human sources, are not government employees, but occasionally provide intelligence to the Bureau.
So
that's the first three paragraphs of this story, that with a headline that says FBI did not deploy undercover agents on January 6th, watchdog report finds. And that's how they try to get around it.
How will they explain the Fed napping with Gretchen Whitmer? What was it? 11 of the 12?
11 of the 18, yeah.
This is plausible FBI. Deniability. Right. The FBI did all the things we probably suspect them of doing. Christopher Wray lied, by the way, when he was asked about it, 2 years ago, a couple of years ago? Completely lied about it, and they had plenty of people there. We're going to find out the truth at some point, but this is just all about plausible deniability, because they can say, well, they weren't formal. What's that?
I said the truth is not 26 either, by the way.
No, probably 1100.
Triple that. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know what's interesting, too, is the language that they used. FBI agents. So they didn't deploy the FBI agents. Maybe they had a different law enforcement agency.
That's what I mean, the plausible.
Yeah, the word circus, right, exactly. The word circus that they used to get through three paragraphs in this.
You have to parse the language, because just like Christopher Wray, I believe they asked, and I forget this, we played the clip, and he said, no, that's, we had none of those. Whatever they were calling the asset at that time. And I just kept thinking to myself, they call the asset something else. They have to call the asset something else so it doesn't show up when they do a FOIA request. Hey, did you have a confidential human source? We don't call them confidential human source. He actually said the phrase, we don't refer to them as that, I believe, or something to that effect.
How
convenient. Where the natural question was, what do you call them? And nobody asked him that question. So what do you call these people?
What's the meaning of the word is?
Right.
It goes back to Bill Clinton, and is means what? Yeah.
Think about this paragraph. They set the table like that, with that headline, and then the third paragraph, they say, Horowitz also found that among the tens of thousands of Trump supporters who flooded Washington that day, 26 were people who had served as informants for the FBI. Those informants, known as confidential human sources, are not government employees, but occasionally
get money from NGOs.
Provide intelligence to the Bureau. Of those 26 informants, only 3 had been specifically tasked by the FBI to track individuals they suspected of potential domestic terrorism activity. The other 23 informants attended January 6th of their own initiative and were not tasked with any activities by the FBI, the report said. Many of them proactively contacted the FBI, just so happens, amid the riot to report potential crimes.
And the story was written by Herbert Hoover III.
It was written by C. Ray.